Alright gang, so today we're going to be looking at the Yongnuo YN560 version 4 as well as the YN560TX controller. As many of you know, the YN560 series is a manual series of speedlights, and they work well with the RF603 triggers. Starting with version 3, Yongnuo started integrating the trigger into the speedlight. That is when they introduced the 560TX and put control in there as well. So you can manually control your speedlights from your camera without having to walk over and make changes while it is on the stand. The 560TX, this little piece right here, mounts in your camera's hot shoe, and you can see it's got the little buttons and all that right there so that you can control everything from the top of your camera. Now if you'll notice, the layout is very similar. All the buttons have pretty much the same functions. That way you can use it real easily and you don't get confused. The great thing about the 560 version 4 speedlights is these guys have one of these built into them pretty much. They will allow you to control other speedlights of the 560 Series 4 or Series 3, just like if you had a controller on your camera. So, in the event that you are shooting and you need a light on top of your camera, you can use that. Let's turn these things on here and get a little bit of instruction on how to use them. Alright, so one of the things we want to go over first is how to sync the two together. On the 564, if you'll look on the screen right here, we have a little icon up here that says RX. That means it is set to receiver mode. To change the mode of the speedlight from receiver to transmitter to optical slave, you press this little button right here. It looks like it's got the little lightning bolt and the wireless internet signal right there. So we'll press that, and that takes us to S1, which is optical slave mode. The speedlight will go off when another flash fires. S2 is also optical slave, but in the event that you're using a TTL speedlight that puts out a pre-flash, the S2 setting allows the speedlight to ignore the pre-flash and fire on the second flash. Right here is 100% manual mode, which is the mode that you would likely use if you were using it on top of your camera. TX mode is if you were using this as the master flash, trying to control other flashes off camera. And here we are to RX mode, which is receiver mode. So right now we have this one set to channel 1 and group A. To link these up, you'll make sure that your 560 version 4 is set to RX mode and that your group A and channel are the same. The 560 version 4 here, we've got it on channel 1, group A. Over here we've got our 560TX. Can't really see it very well. There we go. Group A, channel 1. And as we make changes, you'll notice on this speedlight over here that the LED lights up. That means that they are linked up, they're ready to work together. When you make changes on the TX, it makes changes on the speedlight. Now, what do all these buttons do? Let's have a look. To turn your sound on and off whenever the speedlight fires, that's what this button right here is for. You press and hold that, the sound button comes on. You heard the little flash there. Press and hold it again, the little musical notes go away, the sound is turned off. We can change the mode of the speedlight from manual to multi to off. Put it back on manual. Again, this button right here controls what mode it's going to be in as far as slave mode, manual mode, transceiver mode, or transmission mode, excuse me, and receiving mode. This button right here is going to change our zoom right here manually. And now, the next question inevitably will be, how do I change the channels? How do I change the groups? First thing that you want to do to change your channel, press and hold that button. Press and hold this button right here, and then press this button right here, and that'll get you to where your channel is flashing. Once you get there, you can arrow up. Whoops, excuse me. Once you get right there, let's get back to that. You can hit the arrow to the side here, and you can notice all these little pins are moving, and all that is changing the channels. You got 16 different channels. Now if we want to change the group, we just hit this center button, and then the group button starts to flash. We can change group A, B, C, D, E, or F. Alright. Now, we'll go over here to our TX. Let's put this on group E. So we'll select that. So we've got channel 1, group E. Now you look at your TX over here and you say, but it only has A, B, and C. Well, you hit this little group button right here, and it scrolls through A, B, C. But how do we get to D, E, F? Press and hold it, then it pops up the next screen that goes to D, E, F. And then the same thing, you press this button here and it'll scroll up and down until you get to the proper channel that you need to. To make your power adjustment, the up and the down arrows, those change the power by 1/3 of a stop. The left and right arrow change by 1 full stop. Now if you notice, it is almost instantaneous. Whenever I press this button, everything changes together because I have them linked up on the same channel. If I want to change the zoom on the speed light from the TX, press the zoom button one time, and then it pops up the channel, and there we can change the zoom. You might hear that little noise in the background. That's the internal workings of the speed light moving. Alright. Now, let's say we want to shoot channel E in multi-mode. We press the mode button, it changes to multi here, and if you look over here, it changed our speed light to multi as well. Okay, so we can change how many times we want this. We want the flash to go off. We want it to go off, oh, let's go 6 times, and you'll notice it changed on both. It's a very, very simple setup. Again, to link them up, you just make sure they're on the same channels. Press the group button until you get it to the same group that your speed light is on. When this little thing lights up, that means they are linked up. And that is how you use the 560TX to control the 560 version 4 and link them up. Later on, I will make more videos that show how to control multiple speedlights with the 560 version 4. Right now, this demo again was just for the 560TX and the 560 version 4 or version 3, how to get them linked up and working together. Thanks for watching. Look for a new video soon.